Hello, Superchargers. Welcome back to today's session. And today we're going to talk about sales, more about the sales process. So what is a sales process? A sales process is about taking a customer through a buying journey, through an amazing buying journey to know what it feels like to work with you. So it helps build up trust, them understanding you are the right fit for them and vice versa. But at the same time, it's the glue to actually taking the customer through and understanding what they want, what they need from you, what they want from you, what is their pain, what is their vision, how do they get there, what's not worked, what would work the best, and let them experience you. Now, I'm going to go through this in a second, but 9 times out of 10, when a client comes to me to start off and say, we want to improve our sales, to get a minimum of 10 clients per month, etc. The one biggest thing they don't have is a sales process. But yet they have processes for everything, such as invoice process, such as sending out letter processes, the financial system, which is so important, by the way. But they don't have this. This is like the foundation of their business. This is like, what? You don't have one? So let me just say one thing, guys, and I want you to really write this down. Let me inspire you now. Get a sales process in place, a sales process that inspires people to buy, not a sales process that sells people to buy. So you're just one of those sell. Not how we rock and roll at Influential Minds. I'm going to teach you one tactic that's going to absolutely blow the lid off your sales. And it's so basic, you know it, but you're discounting it because it's so simple that it makes me a fortune. And it's made our clients in total 13 million plus fortune. So it absolutely works. Now, let's just capture something here. On the left-hand side, which is the old way of selling, that's the 1980s, which is still present in today's year, which is 2022. And on the right-hand side, we've got new way of selling. Biggest thing is, though, is you. People buy you. So if you're selling to your need, what disservice are you doing to your potential client? But if you get them to identify their own need and identify their own solution, and it comes from their mouth, that's their truth. That's what they believe is the right thing. So imagine if you have a technique, which we'll show you with the 4C video, a technique that gets them to identify their own needs, puts the solution in place and say, when are we starting to work? Come on. You're the one that we need in our business. Now, I designed this Get Customers Begging for You system purely and simply because when I first started out, I was sick of chasing the wrong people. I was sick of chasing people and letting me down. I was sick of chase. Now, I learned something on the dating scene, and it was really, truly incredible how someone kept me dangling like a carrot. But it was so appealing and so magnifying and like magnifying as well as like, wow, I don't want to be around that person. Now, I learned a lot from that, which is now how I created this system. And it's basically this. The biggest thing about this system is this one thing. It's building genuine, honest, long-term relationships with people that you love working with. So your tribe, in other words. Now, on the left-hand side, the old way of selling, which is the 1980s, which is right in at the minute in 2022. I don't know why, but think about it, right? Old-fashioned way, you buy a lead list, which has got all the data of people's details. You send out a cold call, or you send out an email, a cold spam email, or a letter, and basically hound them until this person answers, or you get blocked. Now, loads of gatekeepers are on a mission to watch out for these type of people. People are so done with this system. You're treated like a number. The seller doesn't care about you. They care about the bonuses. They push the product onto you. I had someone who was sat in my living room for 4 hours selling windows to me, and they wouldn't go. This was at 11 o'clock at night on your bike. I opened the door and chucked them out. It got to that point. Or the lie in order to sign you as a client. I mean, why would you lie to sign a client? At the end of the day, if you have to lie, then what are you scared of the customer finding out about you? If you have to lie, that long-term relationship is built on a lie. Why would you do that? And then when they find out that lie, because everyone finds out the truth, when they find out about that lie, your relationship's based on a lie, everything's a lie then. So why would you do that? Now, if we help you create a system where people come begging for you, you would never have to lie. In fact, you put it straight to the point is we don't work with everyone. Why should we work with you? Get them to justify why they work with you, not you doing all the work for them to work with them. Does that make sense? So let me give you an example. When I used to work for a bank, client would come on and say, can I have a loan? Now they had a power because they were rate tarts. They would go around all the financial institutions and get the decent rate, which you would do. And I cottoned on to this and I was like, of course, let's have a look at your loan. How much is it for? What's it for? How long do you want it for? And then this was the killer question. If you get declined for the loan today, what's your plan B? So if we couldn't offer that loan to you today, which is a chance because you might not have a good credit rating and stuff, what's your plan B? Now, imagine the reaction we got from clients at that time. The reaction was, what? What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not allowed a loan? Why wouldn't I qualify? Straight away, it's back on me, the power. Now, then I could explore long-term lending, short-term lending, medium-term lending. Now they've got options because I've shocked them to listen. Now they think they have to play the game to be able to qualify for the loan. So it's getting not your power back as such. What I mean is getting that power back so that people come and beg for you. I'll be honest and open on that one. Okay, so people are also very mindful of, we've only got 4 places left, or deadlines today, or we're going to take it all out. Turns people off. At the end of the day, your tribe will buy you. If they like what they see, they like what you post, you inspire them, and they can see the vision, they will buy you. Just make it plain, simple, and clear. This is how you work with us. But this is what we are looking for. Let's qualify you. Now, later on in the videos, we will show you the exact scripts. We will show you the exact messages, exact what we do, so that you can just copy and paste if you like, or change it and bespoke it to you. Now, on the right-hand side, the new way of selling is this: build long-term relationships. If you go back to the 5, speaking to 5 new people a day video, we've proven why that's so important. Get to know your client. They buy you, remember. So get to know them. Not many sellers or people inspire people to buy. Don't fully get to know the client. Superficial they do, but they don't know what makes them tick. They just tick, tick, tick. Get to know your client. Nurture the relationship. So if they go a bit quiet, don't talk about the sale. Send them an email about them. How are you getting on today? What's been magical? If they told you they're going on holiday, wish them all the best for a holiday and say, look, it'd be lovely to catch up and take you out for dinner when you get back. If the kids have got something important, touch base and say, good luck with the kids' event today. Or even if you see articles that they would love, send it to them. You know, things will land on your lap if you look for them. So there's different genius ways to keep your client warm without hounding them. Get to know them. I've got a client at the minute who's getting to know me via email. 3 months we've been emailing. She's got a problem with helping her deal with it, but she's still not bought into business coaching. I'm cool with that because I can't coach her until she's 100% wanting the help. but I'll nurture it. I'll be asking how she's getting on, and she's moving abroad and what she's up to. I like that, because it's, you know, if it's meant to be, it will come along. If it's not meant to be, I've still got a long-term relationship where we can synergize and pass clients to each other. Maximize your social media. Now, this is a great one. You put a post out, that's a red siren to say, I'm here, and this is what we do. So if you talk about your customers' pains or your clients' experiences or whatever, people love it. People actually go, what's that? Oh, she can help me on that one, or they can help me on that one. And I know you've experienced that yourself. So maximize your social media, maximize your networks. Remember, your network equals your net worth. Warm introductions, referrals, take key decision makers out for lunch. Like, take them out. If they're giving you time, take them out for lunch. So thank you, send the flowers, send the whiskey, send chocolates, whatever it is. Be different. 9.9 times out of 10, your competitors won't even think this. They're not different. They won't be thinking, sometimes we need to invest out to get the investment back in. Treat them. Nurture that connection. Help the potential clients to identify their own needs. We'll show you how to do that, and we'll help you gather online intelligence. For example, I know men buy on numbers and data and statistics and systems. Women buy on transformation. Now, if I wanted to recruit men, I know what I need to follow in the social media. If I want to recruit women, I know what I need to follow in the social media. Get to know what works. Get to know what people love about your posts. Encourage other people on their social media posts as well. You know, you see something, encourage them, even if it's competitors. Encourage your competitors. Now, let me just say something. I encourage my competitor all the time. No one competes with me, by the way. I only compete with myself. I don't mean that arrogantly. I just focus on my lane. Now, I did, and it wasn't intentional, but I did comment on one of my competitors. She's lovely. She's amazing. She needs like a bit of encouragement. And whoever was watching her saw what I did in terms of title and went, I want that, and signed up with me. Now, I felt really guilty because I did ask that person to go back to that person and explain, look, give him the chance. But she was hooked. There was no point. She was hooked and wanted to come and work with me. I like that in a way because she knows what she wants. But I felt really bad because that was one of my competitors' potential clients. But I did give her a chance. So put it out there. Again, be genuine. Don't do it intentionally to get a client. Be genuine. And also listen to your customer. Listen. Zip this. Listen. 95% should be your customer talking. 5% should be you. Listen. You get a lot of information that they don't tell you by actually opening up, pausing it, and listening. Okay. Now, biggest thing is in 2022, you've got the internet, you've got social media, or TikTok, so you've got it all, right? This is the time to be alive. This is time where you can really grow your business. And this is what we do. We find your clients. We help you identify and find the client. We help you relate to the client, which is your connection, long-term relationship. And then we help you engage with them so they become a really rock solid friendship relationship. Okay, right. Let's go through this bit here. Statistics. Now, I've said when you join this course, we can help you convert up to 80% of your leads. Let me go through this and how we would do it. Now, this sales stats have come from the sales agency that goes through and studies what works in sales. Now, 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. Never. So they've had a quick chat and they never follow up with a prospect. Never. 25% of salespeople make the same contact and stop. So they've only contacted the customer twice and then gone, you know what, I don't like hounding them, feel a bit hickey, stopped. And then 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. All because of this here, mindset. If you don't win this, you will lose the game of sales. Now, when I say sales, it's inspiring customers to buy but you will lose it here. Now, only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. You can see where I'm coming from. Look at your performance. How often do you do this? What's your process to make sure that when you follow up with customers, it isn't bombarding them, it's not hounding them, it's not actually making you feel crap. In fact, you will love touching base because your intention is about them, not you. It's about them. So why would you not want to reach out and see how they're getting on and have a good holiday and when they're up for a coffee and that? Because remember, some people will need you in the future, but they just don't know it yet, and they need to connect with you. Okay, people need your service. It's whether they choose you, which is different. So why don't we become human? Why don't we be human to human? Now, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So these are the people that go for the shack. 1980s tactic, the Wolf of Wall Street tactic, Grant Cardone tactic, hounds. Go for the shack. Who would want to go and sleep with somebody without knowing them? And this is the thing. Only 2% are made, sales made. So 98% of leads are burned through this tactic. Why would you do it? 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. Not bad. Remember, only 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts. So again, 88% of people are losing out on that one, by the way. And 10% of sales are made on the 4th contact. But this is where the beauty is. This is where the sales made between the 5th to 12th contact. 80% of sales are made then. Now, can you see what I mean about how you could turn 80% of your leads into sales using this simple tactic that I'm going to show you in a minute? Can you imagine it? You just take them around step by step and you make a fortune. Now, if you could only sign 10% of your leads, all right, and it just say we give help on the 5 conversations a day tactic, we show you how you create 100 opportunities and you can convert 10% of them, which is 10 sales. So if you converted 10 sales, what's your average sale? How much would you be making each month? And you did it on a consistent basis, and you built it and you built it and built it, and you got sharper and sharper, and you could deliver even more sales. Where would your business be? Now, it's not potluck about sales, by the way. It's not. I'm not a good seller, but I convert quite a lot of my clients because I inspire them to take action to change their lives. I don't sell. I take them through, and I'll show you in a minute, a step-by-step process that gets them bought into me, gets them to trust me, gets them to know my authority, and gets me to know that with the value I shared, I know what I'm doing. And that's all people want. There's a lot of average people out there, a lot of mediocre people, I don't mean that awful, that don't know how to deliver their customer service at a high quality. But if you did, where would your business be? Where would your competitors be? Okay, right. So here we go. I like games. You should know by now, I love a good game. So I created a sales process game, and it looks like this. 12 squares equals, remember, 5th to 12th contact, you convert 80% of your leads. So let's go for the full hog. By the way, if someone's wanting to buy on the second contact, don't have to go, hang on, I've got another 10 squares to go. Don't do that. Sign them up if you want to work with them. If it's gone to the 5th contact and the same, don't think, hang on, I've got to go through the 12 squares. No. If you want to sign them, sign them. But remember, they've got to qualify for you, not the other way around. They've got to be a match for you. Obviously, you've got to be a match for them. But remember, everyone you take on could affect your reputation. So you've got to make sure you work with the right people, not the crap customers, not the dead customers. Talked about awesome and brilliant customers in the past. Think about it. Now, here is what my sales process used to look like when I first started. Now, by the way, when I first started, I was skint. I lost all that money. I was almost sofa surfing. I was skint. In fact, it took me 3 months to save up a £7.99 book, right? I was totally skint. However, this is the best thing about it. This cost me nothing to do this. maybe £1,000 to work at BNI for a year, but helped me make my first year 10 grand, and then my second year 133 grand. Okay, so think about it. Let's have a look at this process. See what you spot. Now, let's talk about it. The first step is the generation stage. Everyone's a piece of data. So what I mean by that is you could be an email address, you could be a phone number, a name, or where you're based in location, but you're just data. No one knows you yet. So you're just, that generation stage, that customer is just a piece of data. So what we used to do is send them a text as soon as somebody wanted us to refer a client to us, or we spotted a client at a network. Two different tactics, but I'll just go through the first one where someone referred to us. We would send the client a text saying, it's great to e-meet you. We'd really love to have a chat with you. Let's get a call booked in, a 30-minute call booked in to really discover more about you. Not me, you. Now imagine that. Imagine a company wanting to discover things about you. 100% you, nothing else. Now, can you imagine that? Now, I call this a discovery call and it's a fact find. So this is a text to set up the appointment. Now, on the day of the meeting, I would then send them a text saying, oh, cannot wait to meet you today. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to learning more about you and what help you need. Now, imagine that you get a text. Now, if the customer does not want to attend, two things can happen. They can either send you a text saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to attend, something's cropped up, or what can I say? Oh, no, I'm not interested. I've had a different thought process. I'm not going to do it. Okay, straight away, great, let them go. Don't even argue him, don't even fight him back, wish them luck, because you don't want someone wasting your time in your sales process. Now, you'll notice in my sales process, I'm trying to turn somebody off every time they get to a square. Because imagine it, right? If they're not really, really motivated to change their life, it's only going to waste my time. It's only going to waste their time. So basically what I do is, and it's not scarcity, it's not playing the hard game, it's just being upfront and honest. And people love that. Look, let's give them an opportunity to turn you down. And this is what I do. Now, in this bit here, 30-minute discovery call leading to a group or one-to-one business strategy meeting. That's the discovery call. So I'm sat on the phone. I don't go and meet you. I don't do a Zoom call. I'll tell you why. Because where do you go? If you do a Zoom call there and then, where do you go to the next step? People like to hear your voice. People like to see your face. So let them go through a process of building trust. Sometimes doing a Zoom call might scare somebody. Sometimes they may want it. You can discover that in your text message by the saying, no, I'd rather see you face to face. Does that make sense? Okay, so a 30-minute discovery call leading to this is where I want them to take them. I want to take them to this square here, which is either a group one-to-one or a business strategy meeting. Let's give them some value. So I listen to them, what they need, how I can help them, and say, tell you what, let's do this. Let's see how you can cope with me as a coach. Let's see how we both connect. Let's get a one-to-one, or let's invite you to a group meeting. It doesn't matter which one you do first. Now, of course, Paula, that sounds great. And I'll send them a thank you text the next day. Not that day, the next day. Because if you do it in that day, the next day, you're back in their mind. Now you can spot it. It's about keeping in somebody's mind consistently in the most polite way. Now, by the way, the reason why I send a text message here is because I don't want to cause any disruption in their day. All I want is, by the way, if I phone them up, I'm taking them away from something. If I text them, they come back to me when it's convenient for them, which means they'll have the headspace to do it. I might do a text, I might do a WhatsApp, I might even do a video. I might do it on LinkedIn, a video on WhatsApp, LinkedIn. I might even do a voice message. Be unique, be upfront, be there. Now, I do voice messages quite a lot because I am dyslexic and I can't be asked to write. So it's great for me to do that. But sometimes I'll copy and paste a script that's bespoke to them. Okay. Now, go back to this bit, a thank you text. sorry, thank you text. And then the next thing I do is looking forward to meeting you text on the day of that group or 60-minute one-to-one strategy session. Now, this 60-minute one-to-one strategy session, by the way, if I'm setting it up from here, I will get them to fill out a checklist or an audit to prepare for this session. Depending on what the problem is, I'll give them something that will get them to think about it and understand what their gaps are. People sometimes don't know what they don't know. So I might set up a system for them to tick, 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 tick. So for example, do you have a sales process? No. Do you have sales script? No. Do you have a sales strategy, a written down sales strategy? No. Straight away, they've got 3 things they don't have. Is this potentially why you're not hitting your targets? Straight away, they get to identify, oh my God. But the most important thing is they can go away and actually put it into place. So it's a great little tool to take away, give them loads of value. If they can't afford you or they want to build a bit more trust with you, take that system away and put it in place. Now, the biggest thing is if you do that and someone's struggling with it, they'll come back to you and sign up for you. And that's the thought process. So I'll give them an audit, get them prepared for the 60-minute one-to-one session, and I will blow them away in that 60-minute one-to-one session. If they're like that and I like them and I want to chance them and test them in front of my clients, then from this bit here, my job is to get them to a group session. So that's the next offer. How good are they going to be in groups? Because we offer one-to-ones, and along with the same package, you have a monthly mastermind. So that way, we want to make sure you're not going to be a risk to our clients. Just say they say yes. So I do the same thing, nothing massive. Send them a thank you text the next day, and then a looking forward text on the day of the group session. Now, on the day of the group session, they're mixing with loads of clients, they're loving it and enjoying it, really wow them in the session like I normally do. And guess what? My job in this bit on the group session is to now get them into inspiring the client to commit to changing their lives. And that'll be either another meeting after the group session and saying, right, okay, are we doing this or not? I do that in a nicer way, by the way, but I'll be like, right, when are we starting? When is this the right thing for you? Or I might even say to them, right, you've done exceptionally well in our assessment. You've passed the test. We really like you to work with us. But one thing, why should you work with us? Why do you want to work with us? Again, brings the power of them selling the reason why they should be working with you, not you selling the reason. Okay? Right. So what does this actually look like in basic terms? Let's just go through it in a minute. This is the steps. This is what we do. And we're going to show you this. We're going to actually, in the next couple of videos, we're going to give you the scripts to be able to do this and copy this yourself. So first of all, we'll generate the lead. We've got it's a referral. Someone's come through social media. Someone's come through an ad, which we don't do many ads, by the way. We just might just do a little bit of ads, but not massively. But it mostly comes through our customers, referral, social media, or we reach out to people and learn about them. We do a cold action type of thing, but we reach out to them and get to find out about them. Because the first thing of our mind is to learn about them and synergize with them, not to sell to them. Turns out they end up signing with us more often than not. Second one, we have a landing page. So we generate the lead and we'll send the landing page out to them so they understand what they're applying for. Now, one of the questions that we ask them is, how do you know about us? And what program, what's motivated you to come inside, to come and work with us? What is it? What do you know about our programs? If they don't know anything about our programs, for me, there's no point talking to them because I've not done the basic research. So let's make it easy for them, give them the landing page, and we ask them to become familiar with that. We also, once they have the landing page, on that landing page, you can apply to work with us, which is an application form. This is us prepping the customer for the discovery needs call, the fact find call, the discovery call. It's getting the customer to understand why they need us. We also prep an email. Now, what we do is when they send in the application form and they book a time in to have a chat with us, we also send an email out with 3 questions, like what do you want to get out of this, and how do you want to do that, and then this is the question. Just so we're not wasting your time. The minimum investment to work with us is £1,000 plus a month. Do you have that? Are you able to invest or commit to that level every month with ease? Now, if they say yes, brilliant, let's go through the process. If they say no, cool, keep them nurtured. Remember, it's long-term building. Keep them nurtured, but just end the sales process there and then, because there's no point. It's wasting their time. They're not committed. Remember, money's commitment level. Money is commitment. So they're not committed to perform at that level. That's okay. Some people don't think that way. Some people have got to go through the journey to understand that. So if you're putting down a £6,000 investment, great, that's a commitment level. People get more results out of our programs when they commit to a £6,000 quarterly investment, say, than someone that wants to pay £500 a month or £1,000 a month. When it gets hard, it really tests your ability whether you want to get through it or not. Step 5, we book a discovery book a discovery call if you've got the investment. And step 6, we send out an audit or checklist in prep for a 60-minute business strategy session, discovery call, like we said. Step 7 is a client to experience a 60-minute business strategy session. Step 8 is client to experience a group session. And step 9 is to sign the client up. Now, if you see it, this is roughly exactly that previous, just go there, that previous sales process, okay? But what we've done is we've taken out the text messages. We've taken out the politeness, the thank you, and we've taken out the looking forward to meeting you. The reason why I've done that on purpose just now is to show you what the system looks like, straight to the point. No waffle in it, straight to the point. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to work out what your sales process is going to look like that works for you. And I want you to then work out the framework to it. And I want you to think about a couple of things in a minute. I'm going to go through, and I'll come to that in a second. So tracking is the biggest thing that a business owner doesn't do. And it's the biggest thing that brings in a lot of results. For example, one of our clients thought she was having a crap month. Emotionally, she went downhill. When we looked at the data, she was having a record month, believe it or not. So as soon as she knew she was having a record month, whoosh, she did that. She was back in the game and she did exceptional. But remember, if you've got a gap in your brain is trained to then fill that gap with how you feel in that day. So if you're feeling motivated, it'll fill that gap with motivation. If you're feeling crap, it will fill that gap with negativity. Okay. Now, this can be your CRM. Again, I was skint, remember? So I set up a spreadsheet and I worked out all the steps that my clients needed to do, that I needed to do with my clients to sign them up. And what I used to do is colour each square red. For example, showing signs of I don't want to work with them, or they're showing signs they don't want to work with me. Amber, I'm on the fence, or they're on the fence. And green, yes, let's do it. These are brilliant. And again, they're showing signs of working with us. So imagine if you've got like a spreadsheet or CRM with 20, 50 people's name in, and you've got it all color-coded and you can see the low-hanging fruit. How amazing is that? Now, we will attach the trackers and we'll show you. You don't have to use these, by the way, but it's a guidance to help you start this process. Don't overthink it, but maybe if you don't like this process, set up yourself a process that really inspires you. Now, just going back to my sales process, there's 3 things that we follow at Influential Minds. It's called VAT. So, and the reason why we do this is why people buy. We never had a customer regret buying from us. So there's no buyer's remorse. All we get is, when are we working together? When do we start? And let's get through this, Paul. I cannot wait. We get excited little bunnies like you who've signed up and want to get through this. Now, this is what VAT means. Value, authority, trust. So in your sales process, if you can build up authority, so authority is people know how good you are, know that you know what you're talking about, and in your market share, you're owning space. And trust is about them buying into you, what you're saying is genuine and honest, and people understand that that framework that you're selling or that service and program that you're selling works. And they do that, they build these two things up through value that you give. So look, sales process is very important. It helps you understand, where that client needs, the client needs to experience to be able to trust you and understand that you know what you're doing. So this is the game on this one. I want you to go away, create your own sales process that really inspires your clients to buy. And then I want you to come and show me that. Okay, so I'm here for you. If you need anything, give me a shout. Any questions, just give me. This is the most important tool in your sales system. So I really want to get this right for you. So if you need anything, give me a shout and see you later. Hola, bye.